Good morning, all railroaders. This is Southern 207. This is going to be part one of how I do my rocks. The end result will be something similar to that, which there will be several large stretches in this scene. What I'm pointing at is what we're going to be doing. All this is going to require material-wise. Good old plaster of Paris, or whatever plaster you prefer. Personally, if I had Hydrocal, I'd use Hydrocal, but I don't have it. Second, being a container. Personally, I prefer ones about 4 inches in diameter. And you can see. As you can see, I've already got the initial step. Now, if you have plaster cloth installed on your layout, you don't have to go through this. All I did was put a shell on here of plaster. The other thing I would highly recommend is some masking tape if you have track near where you're working. Because, as you can see, there's your end result of what happens if you don't. But what you gotta do is at least get your foam to at least that stage where you have some areas where you will have a little bit of a grip to it. Personally, what I'd recommend, if you have it, is get yourself a Stanley Shore Foam tool and rough the surface up. Because I'll show you what happens with on the piece of scrap foam here. What happens if you don't. See? Which, don't throw any plaster away. It will become riprap. That is a key detail piece for these rocks. I have riprap over there, as you can see, and it looks natural. As you can see above there, I still gotta blend that back in. And I got some retaining wall I gotta build too, which I'll probably be in another video series on how I do it. And just so you're aware, this is not by law or written in stone. This is just how I do it. Alright. Oh yeah, and of course, if you're doing plaster work, you're gonna need water. But what I'm going to do is make this plaster on the real thick side. Almost to peanut butter consistency. That's the key with this. It has to be thick in order for it to work. Because in order to get that kind of detail, you have to make peanut butter thick. I.e. very little water. And you keep adding until you get to a smooth peanut butter consistency. And then the other tool you'll need for when we get to the carving stage is every modeler's a tool that should be on every modeler's workbench. And all you do is just keep slashing. This style rock is known as slash rock. It gives you a segmentary rock look. Of course, you can still use the other rocks to blend in, which that's what I will be doing in time. But that's a whole different headache, and I'm not going to record that because there's practically thousands of videos on YouTube of just that. Anyway, I'm going to get back. I'll get on doing the next section. And I'll come back when I have the plaster mixed up and ready to go. And just so you're aware, the stuff I'm using is 20 to 30 minutes work time. Some plasters you can get have longer, but a little trick. And this is also for any homeowners who need to do quick plaster repairs. Ice water to increase your work time. Hot water to decrease it. In my case, I'm using room temperature water. So it should be about 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minute window. Anyway, my welders, I'll get back with you in a few minutes after I get this mixed.